All right, and we're live. Listen, y'all, we coming with a dope conversation. Today we talking about manning up, being the man that we desire to be in today's society. Y'all join us in this conversation. What's up, fellas? Hey, man.
What's up?
We are back for another week of Man Talk in the Man Cave. And I got my brothers, man. I just got reinforcement on tonight. I got my boy Big Lou and my brother from another mother, Stony. Man, y'all introduce yourselves, man, to the people, man, so we know who we're talking to.
Y'all know what y'all getting right here. This is Big Lou from Straight Black Coffee. You know how we pour it. Straight hot black coffee, no sugar, no cream.
No sugar, no cream. Come on, Stony, introduce yourself, man.
This is Stony Jackson, man. The one and only.
Yes, sir.
Here with my brothers, man. That's how we'll see what's gonna happen.
Straight out of the ATL, shouting.
Yeah, that's it.
Yes, sir. But listen, man, let's dive right into it, man. We ain't gonna waste no time with it. We are talking about man up, being a man. And there's a lot of people. I wouldn't even say a lot of people, but you know, we growing up in this generation, man, where there are a lot of YNs. You know, we never had this. We were young, but we've never had that, you know, that talk that called us something different from what we were trying to grow up to be. So, right. You know, there's a lot of YNs, but missing from a lot of these guys who are YNs is just simply being a man, showing up, being there, being what you're supposed to be, man. You know, so I want to start with this conversation off, man, about this telling these dudes what a man is. I don't believe that a lot of people know what that is. Can we start from there, y'all?
Yeah, I think we can start from there. I mean, it's always good to define something before you get going with it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Tell me, so talk to me, Stoney. What would you say? A man, being the family man that you are, what would you say a man is? We don't know what men is. We don't know what that is.
A man is a lot of things, but mainly being a man starts with the mindset.
Okay.
The mindset of wanting to protect and do for more than just yourself. So I think majority of it is the unselfishness and knowing that you got other responsibilities and other things to reach out for. That's what makes me a man. Because I understand that it's something bigger than me, but it's something that I have to take care and provide for.
Yes.
So
absolutely.
That's what I look at. Regardless of anything that goes on, it's still, you got to be here responsible for what you do. Mm-hmm. You still got to be accountable for what you do. And you still got to understand it's something bigger than you. And it's others that teach us. Like it was elders that taught us. Mm-hmm. So when elders taught us, it wasn't about excuses. It wasn't about nothing but growth. So now what's missing with a lot of these YNs, as we call them, I'm going to say young men. I'm not going to call them no YNs. I'm going to call them young men. What's missing with them is a lot of brokenness. Mm-hmm. And it's an easy route that they trying to find instead of understanding that self-value means more than anything.
That's right. That's right. You know me, I'm going to always take it to the book, you know what I'm saying? Because I live by this book and I die by this book. And I ain't going to even say this book, but the Bible. In Corinthians, the 16th chapter, the 13th verse, it says, a man should be watchful, stand firm in the faith, act like a man, be strong, let all that you do be done in love. The characteristic to me of a man, especially when it comes to the book, is someone who understands purpose, someone who understands responsibility, because in the beginning, that's what God gave the man, responsibility. He put him in the Garden of Eden and he told him to tend to it. Everything was in there that he needed. He just said, tend to it. And when he told him to tend to it, he gave him right there automatically responsibility. And then guess what came with that responsibility? A job. He gave him work. You know what I'm saying? So you can't be a man, first and foremost, and you don't work. You can't be a man and you don't have responsibility, because the responsibility of the family is on who? The man.
Amen. Amen.
So what I'm saying is, it takes more than an individual to make a baby, but it takes a man to be responsible for that family. That is a total difference. So you got to take responsibility, and you carry the characteristic of God. That the scripture said here, whatever you do, do it in love. Love does what? Love covers, love heals, love sets free. You know what I'm saying? And also, too, listen to this. With that being said, being able to have that characteristic of love, then what you do is you're able to give forth a characteristic of God, or being that father figure that so many young men need. They need this father figure. And what they do is, because they yearn for it, they act out, they act irresponsible. You know what I'm saying? So, what y'all think?
Man, I agree. I actually agree with Stoney was saying too. But I believe that a true man is the leader and guardian of his house. But I don't, I think that a real man can take on any role in the house. You know what I'm saying? I've been blessed in my life. I'm not the breadwinner of my house. I mean, I consider myself they saying Y ends. I'm a F N. I'm a smart N. You understand what I'm saying? They tell girls to go to college, marry a doctor or a lawyer. I heard that. I'm real sharp, bro. I turned around. I went to college and married a doctor. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But with marrying a doctor gave me different kind of responsibilities. You know what I'm saying? The schedule that they have. You understand? So I was the stay-at-home dad for 2 or 3 years. Even though I had a career, I sacrificed for my family. We went with the best income. We was smart. You know what I'm saying? So, bro, I done been the nurse of the house, the maid of the house, the cook of the house. You know what I'm saying? I was the troop leader for the Girl Scouts. I was the basketball coach for the girls basketball team. I was my son's fencing coach. I did all of that. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. Plus, I am the keeper of the gate, that dog in the yard, that thing under the bed. So I'm gonna always be that person that I can play any role and play it to the fullest. You understand what I'm saying? At my school, I'm in education right now. I'm a behavioralist. Those kids are my kids. I'm at the high school. If it's 800 kids at that high school, everybody in that school call me pops, because I'm everybody's dad. The biggest problem that we face right now as Black men in this world is that we have failed our boys. If you're not in place, then you can't do nothing for your boys. You understand what I'm saying? If they can't raise themselves. The moms is doing the best jobs that they can. But we, like Stoney said, we are the ones that teach them how to be men. A woman can't teach a boy how to be a man. You got to go to the barbershop with your daddy. You got to go to the barbershop alone and catch that strap from that barber when y'all in there clowning around. You understand? That we have got to come back to some old school ways of raising these boys and be real daddies to these boys. Because another book that I was thinking about writing is called All Fathers Go to Hell. It's a catchy saying, and it's to make people want to look at it. But the real deal, bottom line to All Fathers Go to Hell is that we are not doing what's right by our boys, and that's why we probably gonna end up there.
Hey, what's up, Dad? My dad is on. We got a question for you, Big Lou. The question said, did you still feel like a man when you were staying at home? That's a good question.
Absolutely. And I'm gonna say this much. I've been in groups with men's groups for the church I went to before this one. And I had me and one of my other homeboys, his wife is a neonatologist. We actually had fellas in the church group, in the men's group, ask, he said, how you feel, bro, about your wife making that much more money than you? I was like, I wish she could make $1 million a year. You understand what I'm saying? Because no matter what's going on, I'm still the man of the house. If you know who you are and you play your role, I don't care if she made $10 million a year and I made 80. I'm still her man. I'm still the man of this house. If you hear something in the middle of the night, your wife ain't getting up to go here and see what's going on downstairs. That's my job. You understand what I'm saying? And that respect, if you carry yourself as a man, you always respected as a man. So I know I never felt that. I didn't feel bad about sitting at the Kroger's with all those little girls selling them Girl Scout cookies either, because my daughters was proud of me because I was the only man there. You understand? So that's how they roll.
Tony, so you say something on that. Yeah.
I can't even piggyback off that because just like you said, man, we all have been there. We all have been there where our women have been the breadwinners. We all have been there. And the thing is, it still doesn't change the fact of you being a man is still your responsibilities. Nothing changes that. Yeah. And you shouldn't, as a man, you still shouldn't feel less than that. You should either want more or make sure that she's taken care of right. So it all comes with a peace. Like it's a peace of mind. Like no matter how much go out, she understands when you go out and fight for the world, and you got to understand when she go out and fight for the world. Whoever brings something in doesn't matter. The question is the house happy?
Yeah. And the cooking and the cleaning is everybody's job, man. We all have black mamas. You know on Saturday that you're gonna clean that house, bro. So what's the difference between you cleaning the house as a little boy or a grown man?
There ain't no difference. It's still the same.
I commend you, Big Lou, because there are a lot of men who feel inferior because they do make less money than their wife or their spouse. You know, they feel inferior, and they don't feel like the man of the house, because what happens is it's almost like the role changes. But I like what you said. You said, hey, that don't change. That didn't make me feel no less than who I am. No matter who making the money, I'm still that.
Absolutely.
So the question would be to those men is what's missing here? Why not try to provide more? It's something like every relationship got a strong and a weak point. Some things my wife is very strong at. Some things I'm very strong at. But it's all about balance. Like where's the balance at? Where's the balance in that relationship? If you feel that inferior, where's your balance at? Like what is you doing to make you feel that way? You don't feel, if it's something that you can do or something you can make better, then why not do it instead of I don't know what to do. You know, get up, get up and do something about it. If you feel like that, get up and do something about it. Don't make it an excuse. I mean, find a hustle, find something to do to help out. Yeah, get your mind. It's a mind thing. Yeah, it's where your mind is. That's imprisonment.
So we realize this is a question for both of y'all. So we realize men are leaders, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
You can only be leaders for something that you take responsibility for. Now, with you saying, like I said, Big Lou, I admonish what you saying, like, yo, no matter what, I'm still responsible for everything that goes on in this house. How do you tell some of these young dudes that taking on responsibility is way more than just saying it? Like, what do you do? What does responsibility and taking on the responsibility for the household, what does that look like for you guys as leaders, the leaders that you guys are?
I'm still piggybacking on Stoney's initial words, because it's all about accountability, bro. I am accountable for everything that happens in this house. I got to answer to man. I got to answer to God. So this house is still gonna run. You know what I'm saying? The way I want it to run. It doesn't, like I said, it doesn't matter. She could bring money in here by the buckets. Money don't run your house. You understand what I'm saying? Now, I'm gonna tell you, I'm still on the same page with my partner, because there's a lot of things, like Stoney said, my wife is way better than me at. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I was a criminologist. You know, that's my background. You know, the psychology, all of that stuff. That's why I'm a behavioralist right now, and a behavior interventionist right now. My wife is a physician, but her minor is mathematics. So, bruh, I trust my wife with all the money in the house. You understand? If you had a degree in accounting, what am I trying to do the taxes for? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, I mean, we specialize in what we good at. Now, you know, we go to the same church. I'm the minister of security in my church. I am a gun dog. I have about every kind of gun you could possibly think of, and I shoot proficient with everything that I got. I'm not expecting my wife to secure this house. You understand? We got a 175-pound dog in the backyard, and I'm a 275-pound dog on the inside, and that's how it's gonna always be. Now I make decisions in my house for my family, but I'm gonna always listen to my wife and use her opinion to formulate my opinion. It's not a dictatorship in here. So that's the other thing that a lot of YNs or whatever you can't run everything. You know what I'm saying? If it's a marriage is a partnership. So you're gonna definitely have to listen to your partner. And I've several times my partner has been right. So I'm gonna go with what's right. I'm gonna go with her specialization. If she say one of my kids in the house is sick, I'm not gonna say no, they not. I'm not a physician. You understand what I'm saying? But if I say somebody needs to get their butt choked because I caught them on the corner, I know what's going on that corner. She doesn't. You understand what I'm saying? So if I specialize in the streets and you specialize in the hospital, keep yourself in the hospital. I'll handle them streets.
Nice. You got something to add to that, Stoney?
I'm riding with that. I vouch with you on that one.
I got another question. Here's another thing. Now, the perception that a lot of people believe being a man is you must be tough. You got to be this tough dude, like no take no shorts, and what I'm saying, no take no trash. Don't buy you no piano because you don't play. So we believe that being a man is looking tough, but would you still look like the man if you show your vulnerable side?
You could go with that, Stone. The kid did that first.
Yeah, because see, this is the thing. It ain't always about being tough, because it's your mind. I'm going back to your mind. Your mind will differentiate you from being a man, because that helps make decisions. Muscles don't do nothing but carry, and they deflate. They can swell. Muscles not that a thing. Muscle can get you buried. Muscle can get you killed. Muscle can move mountains, but your brain controls your movement. Your movement is your wisdom. That's the things you're gonna learn from to make you that man, regardless if you think you got to be tough. I was one of them ones in school, but that didn't make me smarter. That didn't make me wiser. That didn't make me tougher than nobody. I was just a young boy, a young man with not using what God gave me to use. My brain gave me direction and thought. Because without direction and thought, I can't proclaim to follow anything or move in any direction. So no, you don't have to be tough. It's good. It's cool if you like to work out and be tough that way. Be tough that way. But remember, just same way you work out your upper body, you got to work out your legs too. So it takes a combination of both. Be strong spiritual, but be also mentally spiritual to understand your growth as to be a man, because anybody can do it. Anybody can be tough, but that don't mean you're going to get the love and the compassion and the understanding that you need. Gotcha. You may miss, just because you blowed up like a house, you may miss what you really need in your life for not using what's on top of your shoulders.
Absolutely. I have to agree with him on that.
Yeah, y'all are hitting tonight. Y'all on fire tonight.
Russ, because you speaking on the subject that we didn't all dealt with, Pastor Jay. It's I'm one of them dudes that Stoney talking about. I work out all the time. You know what I'm saying? I'm by far not a little dude. But as you know, you go to church with me, bro. I mean, if the praise dancers is rocking in the church on Sunday, you might turn around and see Big Lou with a tear running down his face. You know what I'm saying? The toughness is being able to show compassion and show passion in something. You understand what I'm saying? I didn't feel no less a man selling them Girl Scout cookies at that grocery store with all them little girls. You know what I'm saying? I'm smiling, they selling the cookies. They got everybody sitting in my lap, whatever. You know what I'm saying? If I'm at cheerleader camp with my daughter when she was little, that's what I do. You understand what I'm saying? toughness is a state of mind. I know that I'm tough, but I'm not talking about fighting tough. I'm talking about I'm tough because I get the job done in my house, and that's every job. All the jobs I listed earlier, I'm not gonna list them again because I'm tough enough to do all them jobs. I'm tough enough to raise my kids. I'm tough enough to apologize to my kids when I'm wrong. You understand? I'm tough enough to apologize to my wife when I'm wrong. That's being tough. Being able to hit somebody and knock them out. That's you know, I played college football. That's fun. That's totally unnecessary when you're not playing football. You know what I'm saying? If you don't have this and this, like Stoney said, then fighting in the street is gonna get you killed. You know what I'm saying? You can't prove your toughness to another man or anybody. You can show them by example, and that to me that would be just being a positive dude. I don't want negativity in my life. I don't need it. It's everybody got to carry a cross, and I don't want to add nothing else to mine. You know what I'm saying? Big nigga, big cross.
So both our wives is on, and they saying they love the conversation. And actually, my sister, my wife, my dad is on. We got a couple of people on that's watching y'all, so and we thank God for that. But here's the thing too. Man, y'all on fire, man. Appreciate you guys. We understand, like I said, being a leader, being the man, is not control. It is what we are able to sacrifice. It's what we're able to give up. Of how, like Sony said, is the mindset. So the mindset means like it's not about me no more. It's about what I have to cover. It's about what I have to protect. It's about what I have to provide for. It's about what I have to look out for and make sure. Like Big Lou said, she ain't gonna get up at night and make sure, you know what I'm saying? That's me. I gotta cover. I gotta hit all of the areas of this household. But that's what a leadership is. That's what it is. It's giving up. And I know a lot of times we may not even want to get up at night. Like, what's that? I know somebody who'll do that. Go see who that is, man. Somebody knocking. Man, it's 11 o'clock at night. You gonna send your wife down there to look at the, you know? No, you the man. Right. You get up. Right. And
she ain't gonna even think about it. She won't even think about it because before that door knock, I'm already up. You know what I'm saying? I'm on that. You know what I'm saying? So I'm with you 100% on that, Pastor Jay. I think it's just I think to be the man that you are supposed to be in your house, you got to model it. You know what I'm saying? And I think that I base my life on that. I base my life on modeling. I talk about kids a lot because I feel like I owe kids everything. You know, I've been working in the schools. I did gang task force and stuff when I was in Galveston. I came down here. I've been working in schools ever since. My wife is a pediatrician, so I actually owe everything that I have, everything I own to children. You understand what I'm saying? So I serve children. And I'm gonna be a good man, role model to the boys that I touch and the girls that I touch. That's why I consider myself everybody daddy. You know what I'm saying? And I've told my kids this before. I said, my name is Casey Sean Lewis. But when the day I close my eyes and I can't really talk directly to my kids anymore, my tombstone don't need to say nothing but daddy, and underneath daddy, man. I don't care to have a date on it. I don't care nothing about that. Because I want my wife to say that I was married to a good, rock solid man, and I want my kids to say that my daddy was my daddy. And I am the role model for what they expect. That's what my daughters expect their boyfriends to behave and move like they daddy. Because I'm the role model, bro. Look it up in the dictionary, bro. Look up man in the dictionary or daddy in the dictionary. I bet it say Big Lou.
So we got a question, y'all. We got a question from Real Life, Real Free, my baby girl. She says, some men act like being a man is what you do in the bedroom. Is that true?
Hell no.
No. That is the reward of what we do before the bedroom. Yeah. So the bedroom is only the reward of what we do being that man during the whole day, during the whole week. You ain't gonna want to get in the bedroom and you cut the lights on and they ain't on.
Hey, no, I mean just because it was a female you said that just called that one in. Yeah, it was a young lady that brought that one in. I'll speak on that. That part of it is nothing but energy. I don't care what kind of man you are. I mean, they say we wired that way. I guarantee you, if you wired that way 100%, you just desperate. I need the same energy coming from you that's coming from me. If the energy don't match, I don't need it. You understand what I'm saying? I want to be desired just as much as I desire to be with you. Everything in a marriage and everything in a relationship is mutual. It's got to work 50-50. You understand what I'm saying? Sometimes your 50 gonna feel a lot heavier than my 50, and I guarantee you some days my 50 gonna be heavier than your 50. But it's still 50-50. You know what I'm saying? My wife can actually tell me what to do. I know they got some men out there that don't want to hear that kind of shit. But I'm telling you, my wife can tell me what to do, just like I can tell her what to do. But there ain't nobody else can tell her what to do. You understand what I'm saying?
Wow,
So
yeah,
I'm keeping it 100. Now I know that the Man Talk podcast, Man Cave Talk podcast is 100% real. So I'm gonna keep it 100% real all the time. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to kind of grow to be like Pastor J. I ain't always been in the church like that. I've been away from the church for quite a while. But I'm telling you, a marriage and a relationship is 50-50. If it ain't gonna be 50-50, you know what I'm saying? And then sometimes when your mate or your manhood tells you that you got to carry a little bit more than you're supposed to carry. Am I right, Stone? I mean, you got to carry. I mean, if she ain't right, and what me and my wife is, we dead in the middle, man. We past 50. You know what I'm saying? So that bedroom stuff, you better have more than the bedroom. If you think that you're gonna be a real man, the bedroom ain't gonna make no man, because it's gonna be a certain time in your life where your bedroom stuff ain't gonna work. That lady still gotta love you. That lady gonna go through some changes in her life where the bedroom ain't gonna mean nothing to you. You still gotta love her. You know what I'm saying? I tell my wife all the time, I love her and I like her. I said, because sometimes I don't like her. I mean, I absolutely don't like her, but I still love her. You understand what I'm saying? And then sometimes I go all the way to questioning the love, but I still like her. Anytime you lose one of them, your shit is over with. You know what I'm saying? You better have them too. You better have them too. That's the only way to survive this, bro.
Listen, man. Y'all off the chain, man. I love it. I love it. Listen, I ain't always, I had to get to this point, man. I was that guy, man, who was hard-headed, who wouldn't listen. I smoked weed every day, until God changed my life around, man. I had to really totally surrender. So because of the example that I have to be to not only my sons, but a lot of sons that I accumulate through my walk now, and a lot of them look up to me. So I have to. So that's a great example of a man, is being that example for guys who don't have that example. Because the best way to learn is to learn from someone who's giving you the information, and that's what's missing from a lot of our young men. Like Stoney said, we're gonna change YN to YM, young man.
Yeah, I like that.
Young man, what they want to YMs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we don't follow trends. We make it. We trendsetters. We don't do that.
Lay it on, bro.
Yeah,
don't do that.
It's young men, and that's what a lot of these young men are missing. They're missing that example. Some of them are looking at the wrong examples, why? Because they got tough mothers, they got tough grandmothers, and that's the example.
Question.
Yeah.
So I got a question. I don't mean to cut you off.
Okay.
So I'm trying to think how you just worded that. You said a lot of them think that because they got tough mothers and grandmothers.
Mm-hmm.
So do you think some of the ways that their mothers been tough on them, they starting to pick up on their mother's ways?
I mean, it's possible. If that's the example and that's what they've been taught, that's what they learn.
Because if you say I'm the man and I'm the man and the woman in the relationship, so the woman and the man that child is getting turns that child into something else. So the habits that child pick up now is accumulated with not wanting to understand how to accept someone to come in and teach them about being a man. Mm-hmm. It's hard on it. So you got to look at that too. If it's plenty, I feel like it's plenty of men that want to be just like women. And I say that they want to be like their mama. It's not that they want to go to the ABC community, but it's what their mother raised them to be. And we do say a woman can't raise no man, but those same characters can be attached to that child with the energy, same energy. And he can adapt and be the same characters that he's seeing portrayed through that one.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I hear you real loud and clear on that. And I'm gonna jump back in on the same boat that I was on before. A lot of that is coming down to the parenting, but if we're not in their life to be able to catch them when they doing that, and I'm not saying that all of these men are bad. They got women that threw men out of their kids' life, but won't let a man be in their kids' life behind bullshit like child support or whatever. Whether he could pay it or not, the kids still need to see their dad. I mean, I'm the type of person that like I could wake up on a Saturday morning and a teacher could send me some information on you that me and you didn't talk about, we didn't discuss the behaviors, the mannerisms that I want to see in school, and you not doing that, and I'll straight cut your ass that morning. You understand what I'm saying? Old school, tear your ass up. We still going to get them Jordans. We still going to the barbershop and get that haircut. We still going to do everything that we have to do as men. You just got taxed for not following the rules. You understand what I'm saying? So like Stoney said, if you see, like some behaviors, I ain't trying to get in trouble with my own woman or a whole bunch of women come, riding out on me. But I mean, like people who, like some women in some situations like that you could say might be gossipy, might be messy, or, it's just can be a little too much. Mean girl syndrome. I work in the high school, so I see boys that kind of act like that. And all I do is say, come on here for a minute. Come in here. Step in the office, close the door, and I'm going to realign how you're supposed to move like that. Gossiping about somebody else's business is contrary and weak. You understand what I'm saying? Whatever somebody else eats, if you and free eating spaghetti at your house right now, you guaranteed I'm not going to shit that out later. You know what I'm saying? I ain't eating no spaghetti. So stop taking bones from other people and using them. You understand what I'm saying? If you see other people gossiping, that's not funny. Like I tell kids all the time, when a fight go on at the school, they break running to go see the fight. You know what happened when you break running to go see a fight at a park? You run right into a bullet. Mind your business. You understand what I'm saying? If nobody ain't bringing nothing to you, what you talking about that for? Or they'll walk in my office and say, hey, you heard what happened to Stephen? I don't care what happened to Stephen. It didn't have nothing to do with me. Stephen doesn't exist till he walk in this room. You understand what I'm saying? So if we're not there to realign these boys, like Stoney was talking about, whose fault is it? I mean, there's an accountability, like you said earlier, Pastor Jay. There's things that we must do. So I don't have 400 sons. I didn't make 400, but the 400 that I deal with at school, you best believe I'm gonna tell them that. I'm not gonna tell these. I will not let a child, boy or girl, step in the same pothole that I stepped in. Things that my parents didn't tell me about when I was growing up that I barely got away with by the skin of my teeth. You understand what I'm saying? God just touched me so nothing happened to me that time. If they'd have told me that, I'd have had prior knowledge to it. So I'm not gonna let a kid walk outside butt naked. You're not going nowhere. If I can teach you something before you go, if I can teach you how to handle that before you go try to handle that, then I'm gonna do that. Because I don't want you to get in the same pitfalls that I fell in. Man, I'll tell you a quick story, man. And I've been married 25 years to the same woman. You know what I'm saying? My girls talk to me about they losing their virginity. You can't get to be a better daddy than that. They told me the day before they were planning to do it. They game planned on it with me, not their mama. You understand? That's how deep I was in my kids' chest. I knew they was catching the cold before they knew. You understand what I'm saying? That's being a daddy. I'm 100, dog. You got to be deep.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Deep.
Gotcha.
And I love having Stoney on here because he the same. He cut the same way. You got to be 100. Man, you ain't got no You proud of being a man, but you don't have to have that false pride. I'm proud of being a man. I don't have that false pride. I'm not trying to show out. I ain't got time to do that. This is the game we got to play.
Gotcha.
I yield back. You know, dog, I get fired up. I'm gonna be talking, dog. Let me yield back.
Hey, you doing a good job, but that's some good examples and some good things that's being said that need to be said. You know, because it's a lot of things I can relate to you. I relate a lot to you, and it's a lot of things I'm still learning as I become a better man.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of things I'm learning. My kids, I'm learning a lot, man. Accountability. It's a lot that I'm faced with, but I'm learning to deal with it because I had to pay attention to what I went through. And just like you said, it's things that we went through, we try to better our children for it. Because things in our past, we can't go back and really I can't blame nobody but self.
Mm-hmm.
I can't point fingers at the mom. I can't point fingers at the kids. I can only blame self. Because it's a lot of things now I see was fault. So now, how do you fix it now they done got older? How do you fix it? It's about time now. And I'm going through that actually with my pops. Like, yeah, things happened in the past. So what? How do we establish something now as a foundation? How do we move forward to make things right? Because I mean, if God forgive us for a lot of things, it's a lot of things we could talk about our faults all day, but God forgive us and He wake us up every day and lay us down for everything that we didn't do before we repent. After we repent, we still getting a second chance. So we getting that chance, then it's like, why can't I give that to somebody else? And my second chance, I feel like that's my kids. That's the family I have. Let me rekindle that because I'm not guilty of what I did. I accept that. That's my accountability. But I want to know how we can fix it. If we can fix it, and just like you said, if I can teach you something before you decide to leave, then that's I feel good with that.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so it's a lot. Like definition of being a man is the mind. That's the bottom line. It's your mind, period. One word. One word, just your mind.
So I believe, and then before we close out, there's two things I want to say. First and foremost, I want us to all just kind of understand that making mistakes does not make you less of a man. It just makes you a man that's learning. And that we can take that lesson to understand that our trials come to make us strong. And that and these lessons that we're learning as we grow into what we supposed to grow into. See, the thing is we want to all automatically become, but we grow into it because there's a level of growth at every stage that we go through. So it's about learning, about understanding. It's about growing. It's about getting wiser. It's about not thinking different. And that mindset comes with a lot of processing because it comes from, that mindset comes from what we've been taught, saying right, wrong, or indifferent. These are things that we've been taught. So now we have to become our own individual. So we can take what we learned. And even if it was from our mama, we can take some of those things, but take it and use it as a process that you need to now go through for yourself as a man. And then the second thing I want to say before we end it up, because this is Man Talking to Man Cave, and we stand for a couple of minutes. The question was asked, is Stoney going to be a part of the show now? Big Lou, what you say, man? Stoney, what you say? What y'all say? That was the question.
Stoney, always welcome, bro.
Man,
always
I'm here.
Welcome.
I'm here.
Let's do it, man. Let's do it. Man Talking to Man Cave. It's us three. We're going to leave it here, and that's what it is, man. Listen, y'all. This is Man Talking to Man Cave, man. Every week, man, we're going to come with something dope about the purpose of this platform is to grow men. It's to grow your YMs. It's going to grow us even as OMs, too. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So the whole point is that we come together and we grow, man, and we share, and we share our experiences, and that we grow, man. But that's our time, y'all. Man, I enjoyed today, man. What y'all say? Y'all want to leave us with something, man?
Bro, I just want to keep it 100, keep it real, keep it straight black, dog. That's all it is. Straight black coffee. Straight black coffee is the only way to pour it. You know, if you try to hide it, and you can't hide. No, can't hide from yourself.
Yeah, you don't chase it with no milk or no sugar.
None of that. Straight black. Piping hot.
Mud.
Pour it all
Mud. They say the mud. That's mud.
Mud.
That's that mud, man. That's that mud, man. But that's our time, y'all. Listen, y'all come and check us out. And like and share, man. If we gave y'all some content tonight, man. Y'all like and share the content, and we're gonna keep coming back with y'all with some dope man talk in the man cave, y'all. Listen, let's talk. Let's get it. You know what I'm saying? This is us. I'm your boy, Pastor J.
This Big Lou from Straight Black Coffee.
And this Stoney Jackson.
Stoney Jackson, ATL shouting. Coming live from Man Talking to Man. Y'all. We out. Yes, sir.